Hey guys, welcome to the second update video for Bullets and More. This time workshop support. I promised it to you and here it is. So how does that work? The first thing you need to do is to open Steam and visit the workshop of Bullets and More and select items you are interested in and press subscribe. Once you have done that, it might take a restart of the game or even some minutes, but it will synchronize with the servers and download all subscriptions and it will be in the game. Just like this. I subscribe to 6 elements here and you can just pick the one you would like to play. And you see we are in an empty scene right now, and if you press load you can change that without having built anything. Yeah, I think that is pretty neat and it also is very easy to use. So you also can publish your own builds. So to do that it will look like this. You will type a name, you see I also implemented this keyboard. It features a cursor so you can correct mistakes and stuff. I still think typing in VR is not as comfortable as it is on a computer, but okay, I'm the developer, I'm using the real keyboard every day, so I probably have some preferences here. The description also features this keyboard. Yeah, once you typed all that, you can choose if you want to publish your scene for the public or maybe for your friends only. Or if it might be a work in progress, you also could use this option to publish it in private. And the last thing you would need to do is press here. This will give you this panel. And if you hold it, it will turn into a live view. And if you let go, it will freeze. You also can use this in giant mode. This time I'm saying it right, I hope. Yeah. And if you press the grip button, like I did, it will snap back. Here it is. And you get this preview. And now you could press publish, and it would publish it to the Steam Workshop. If you load a scene that you have created yourself, for instance this scene you see here, I created for you to try and to modify and extend, and if you load that, and it's your own scene, it will be update. So you could do some modifications, like adding even more targets or remove some of the stuff or add another level to it, and you would just press update and it would update your scene. It might take a while before other people will receive the new version, but it won't be too long, and yeah, that's probably the most important things for the workshop. If you update, there only will be asked for a new photo. I did that because maybe you changed some visuals as well, so you need to take a new photo for it. But other than that, all stays the same. Another thing that might be important to know is if you type some name and stuff here and you publish it to Steam, you always can change that as well in the Steam interface. So you could just have some dummy names, and when you are done playing you could use your real keyboard to type it in Steam and have some real description. Yeah, I think that is about it. So the next thing I added is this level AI setting. This overrides the dynamic AI. So what is a dynamic AI? That is this thing, for instance. So the difference between the other AI in the game is that this one is green and the other AI is blue, like this one. So if you press the touchpad in left direction, there are no options for this. This is very simple, and if you shoot it, it will be dead. The stack here is featuring options. You also could change what kind of AI it should be, like a duck or a zombie or what you want. And you can set a spawn count. So if you set this to 6, it would now spawn 6 of them. But here comes this panel into play. If the designers of the level placed a lot of them and you having performance issues, or if they did not place enough and you think the level is too easy with the zombies, you can modify this on a global way. So for instance, you could say I only want half of them, or you could do the opposite and say I want twice of them. The spawn rate tells how fast they spawn. You also could have lower values, so yeah, there will be less of them because the spawn rate gets reduced by half in the setting, for instance. I think it is a very good tool to optimize the scene to your needs without touching it in a building way. This, however, only works for the dynamic stuff. So this would be unaffected if the designer placed 100 of them, they will be 100. But if he did use this, and I really recommend using them because they are much more powerful for the options and stuff, it will be affected by these settings. Another thing I did is adding a trigger. So just was an update, oops, on my computer. I thought it messed up the recording, but everything seems fine. Okay, so the next thing I added is I added a trigger zone that you can find in the last category for now, because I haven't decided about a own for it yet. It looks very uninteresting, but yeah, it is very powerful. So if you run the scene in the normal way, let's get rid of the spawn point to start here. You will see there are this enemies spawning all over the place, 6 of them and very fast, because I haven't set up more reasonable values for them. But what I could do with this trigger is I could have a zone, if you walk into it, that will spawn enemies or stacks or whatever. So let's do that. Open the options. Now you can select a name, but we don't need this because that is the name of the trigger itself. We want target name. That is the name of the target. Let's call that stack, like that. Okay. We want to change the active value. So this is featuring active value as well. And the stack or the AI spawner does that as well. So we want to access that and change it to 1. 1 is yes, as seen here. 0 would be no. So we're changing that to 1. So this doesn't make sense at the moment because this thing is active anyway. So let's go in the options for this and change active to no. And as you can see, now stack. And if we now move into the trigger, it spawns them. If we do it right, what we didn't, because we haven't set a name. Okay, so I think we make this a bit bigger now. You can do that as well. No. So we really don't miss it. Okay, now run it again. And yeah, now it spawns them. Oops. Yeah. So this works. So you can use this powerful trigger to activate AI elements or to deactivate them. That's absolutely up to you. You even could use a trigger to activate another trigger that could activate AI or maybe another trigger again. So you can have some pretty much complicated mechanisms already to make your scene a bit more interactive. Yeah, I think that is pretty neat, and if you get used to it, you will see that you can do a lot of stuff with it already. Yeah, the next thing I changed is I really took it to my heart that the locomotion in this game is not on point. So let's try the new things I added. You already saw the teleport stuff. Let's go with the touchpad. Go back to the editor and run this. So what you have here is a highlight of the touchpad because it is now active and you can move. It is relative to your controller. So yeah, just as an onward, I guess. So the difference, however, is you are not forced to any dominant hand. So if we pick up a weapon, you see it will not blue anymore because now the touchpad reacts to the weapon interaction instead. If you really want to use the touchpad to movement, you could press the application menu button, it will turn blue again, and you even could use this hand. Let's get rid of this, but the other hand will stay active. Yeah, if we drop this, it will become the touchpad interaction again. If we pick this in this hand, it will be deactivated on this hand and you can use this hand instead. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Another thing I added is this locomotion now is physical active. It using the physics engine. So what you could have done before is you could just glitch through the door. This is much harder now because I cannot move into it. I cannot even move my head through it. It will push me away. So there's no way using this locomotion to get in the door when you don't know the key, which I actually forgot, but not an issue. I placed some notice here and then you could enter it. So that's touchpad locomotion. I think it is very well known how it works, and I think it now works like it should. So another thing that is important is I had the game menu on the touchpad when you press the right direction. This is gone now because it was a bit stupid to do. It is now on the application menu button. That makes more sense, and however it is only for this locomotion, so it might be a bit confusing, but I think it makes sense. So let's try another locomotion, the slide locomotion. So what this does is it slides you to the position you selected, like this. So the interesting thing about it is, since I added physics, is if you move here and there is something in your way, it will push you out of the way automatically. So you can concentrate on shooting whatever you are shooting, and the physics engine will do the rest to move you to the position you wanna go. So I think that feels much better now. Yeah, the other locomotion that actually is my favorite and that I came up with myself, at least I haven't seen it anywhere else at the moment, is a slide locomotion with the controller. So if you go to the editor again, we run the scene, you would need to press the application button and point in the direction you want to go. So the good thing about this is it doesn't matter which controller you are using as well, and you can even shoot while doing that. or reload your gun. So I think this is a very nice locomotion, actually. But yeah, you can try all that. It's absolutely up to you. And yeah, that all works much better now. Also here, you cannot pass through walls. You cannot watch through walls. All this is handled by the physics engine to avoid things like that. And yeah, this works as well. Going stairs, and you also could fall. So there is gravity now. There is a spawn point here. If we place it a bit higher, we will fall out of the sky. So if you want to know how that feels, you can now do that. Or place it even higher. It is a bit uncomfortable to do that, but yeah, it is interesting, at least. Yeah, that's about it. So the next thing I changed is I changed some visuals like this one. I think it looks a bit better now. And I added firing mode selection. So the guns already featured this as a model, and I already had done a lot in code for it, but I finally activated it. So if you press the touchpad in right direction, you can now toggle between these modes. So this is automatic. And if you press again, this is single fire. This also works for other guns. What else we got? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It is on all automatic guns. Oops. Yeah, something like that. Here the same. Same. This features it as well. This here I'm not sure what it is supposed to look like. I searched for some reference pictures, but I'm not sure how it should look when it is in single fire or full automatic mode. So I just did it like that. It is probably wrong, but can be fixed easily. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is about the weapons. Yeah, you see this one is green. This can be used for clay shooting because it shoots much more rounds. And the difference is that it is now green. Before it was red, so it was a bit confusing to know which one is a clay round. Oops, yeah, pretty much of projectiles in them. Yeah. Yeah, I also changed some other stuff to make things a bit more easy to use. For that, yeah, I'm sure I forgot something. Let me take a look at my list, what I changed. Where is it? So, oh, I also changed a lot of grip angles on the guns, because I think, yeah, look at this. This looks much better now, and it also feels much more connected to your body now. It was much lower before to avoid some, yeah, collisions between the controllers, but I think it now works without any issues, even if it is in a much better position now. So what else did I change? Yeah, I did some overall performance improvements by changing lots of codes and having the profiler tell me where to optimize. And I also came up with an own optimizing solution. So you now run scene runs the scene, but I also got optimize and run scene. What this does is it takes all of the assets that are here in the scene and organize them in a way that makes more sense for the computer. And this can boost your performance on, very big scenes a lot. It might take some seconds more to load the level, though while you are in the building process and you are testing, you might want to use run scene instead. But if you finish building and you just want to enjoy your scene, you can use this option now to run the scene. Yeah, maybe it doesn't even make a lot of difference for the current creations because there already is tons of optimizations in the game, so most of them would run anyway in a good performance. But yeah, I'm just thinking ahead, and so this might help, especially also on lower end computer systems. Yeah, what else I want to tell you is I oops, yeah, I'm falling out of the sky again because of the spawn point. Yeah, I optimized the bubble inventory a bit, and you now could have multiple magazines in it. So only one gun, but if you take a magazine, uh, yeah, you can have multiple of them now, like that. Oops. Yeah, and for people who did not know yet, you also can load from here. Yeah, might make some things more easy. Yeah, I think that is pretty much about it for this update. It feels like I haven't done anything because I think this video became rather short. I'm not sure, I didn't look yet. At least that's what it feels like. But yeah, there's a lot of new stuff, and yeah, I think once people got used to the editor and some of the new features, we will see tons of creations. There are already some, that are different even. So for instance, there is a night scene. If you load this, you will end up in a very dark scene that only features a flashlight, and we also got rid of our ammunition bags, so we are in trouble because we only got these 3 magazines over here, and now we need to survive somehow against zombies. Yeah, I'm just showing this. Where's a zombie? Ah, there. You also can focus on the flashlight if you haven't known before. This makes a bit difference. I think it is a very nice feature and adds a bit more. Yeah. So this is a scene that is already a bit different. Then we also got some people who are very into this and help new users to get into this. So for instance, someone created this data building that he gives away to you to modify and extend. I think it is very huge. So if you go to giant mode, you see there is tons of rooms and windows and even some zombies in it already. I think not too much of them, but they are there, and yeah, you can modify it for your own needs and have a sniper game or whatever you want it to be, or just shooting zombies. Yeah, there's already this scene. This is a zombie infested town. You start here at the spawn point, and you can pick some weapons like a shotgun and stuff. And you already see, oh, maybe let's play this. So let's take this one, put it there. Oh, and I'm going with this. Probably should load it. Yeah, and then you see we probably are in some trouble. Oops. Yeah, I should use the side program. Yeah, I know they do not look the best. I will have some better textures for them. But for now it is okay. And if you, by the way, put this into night, yeah, this is exactly my thing of game. I hate stuff like this. Damn it. Yeah, now we are really in trouble, because I cannot even see where they are. I suppose they will be behind me. And oh damn it. Yeah, okay, let's stop that. Yeah, so this works as well. Night vision. Oh yeah, day cycle might be very interesting for this scene as well, because it will be daylight and will become night very soon. And with all those modifications that I have put into the game, you probably could have some very interesting survival scenes already. And you would need to collect ammunition and weapons. Yeah. I think this should be enough for now. So, yeah. Feel free to give some feedback on the new functions and what you would like to see in the game next. And yeah, have a nice day and see you. Bye.